I once told a coworker, I'm glad no one we work with says prejudiced things about me. He looked me dead in the eye and said,
How would you know, Daryl? How would you know?
Touché, Bryce. Touché. Hi, my name is Daryl. I'm a strategist and a humorist. Today's topic, is this person being prejudiced or what? Sometimes you can tell a person is prejudiced just by what they say.
Well, Peter, you have a lot of great experience, but you're just too old.
That person is clearly prejudiced. On the other hand, you might not be able to tell if someone uses discretion in what they say. Perhaps a third-party evaluation would help. Well, I don't see a prejudiced bone in your body. However, your brain seems to be riddled with sexism, racism, and homophobia. People are working in environments where they know their colleagues could be prejudiced. This can leave some people on edge. I'll share the one characteristic that may lead some people to believe another person is prejudiced, whether they really are or not. To start, let's look at 2 clips discussing disengaged parents. In the first clip, we'll hear from nonprofit leader Geoffrey. He started the nonprofit Harlem Children's Zone. Let's hear what he has to say about disengaged parents.
And where you have communities that are besieged, when you go to them, it looks like no adults care at all. The first was we had to rebuild community. What does that mean? We had to go building by building, block by block, saying to the adults, we have to take responsibility for our community. We have to clean it up. We have to make the children understand we as the adults are in control.
Now in the second clip, let's hear what cable news personality Tucker Carlson has to say about the same subject.
The answer, neighborhoods where parents are engaged have good schools. Neighbors where parents are disorganized have terrible schools. It's that simple. The core problem is disengaged parents. And nobody wants to say that because nobody wants to attack parents. Well, I'm, as a parent, happy to attack parents. If your kid's school is bad, you should either move or get involved. Or you just don't care enough. And that's just the truth.
What's the difference between these clips? Canada's response was compassionate.
Saying to the adults, we have to take responsibility for our community.
It seemed like he wanted to help these parents. On the other hand, Carlson's response was quite angry, quite condescending. It sounded like he just wanted to blame these parents.
As a parent, happy to attack parents.
It's this angry, condescending attitude that might lead people to suspect another person is prejudiced, whether or not they have a prejudiced bone in their body. If on an emotional level you're hearing anger and scorn for a group that you belong to, or you know people personally that belong to that group, that starts to feel a whole lot like prejudice. All of a sudden, even if the group that you are thinking about is not even referenced. In this case, we're talking about bad parents. Bad parents could be anyone, but there are certain groups that are often maligned as being unengaged in their students' educational development. One of those groups is poor parents. Poor students often have worse outcomes than students from middle and upper income families. And so, someone who comes from a poor family or is poor themselves or is friends with poor people and feels that that characterization is totally off base, they might associate that anger and scorn that they hear from Carlson with the anger and scorn that they've heard from other people maligning the group that they're a part of. A person who is in that realm might not hear Carlson's words exactly as they're said.
They may hear this monologue.
Listen up, poor people. Learn how to read. R-E-A-D. And if you don't like the schools you're in, go to another neighborhood, you poor people. Maybe you should get a better job. And if you're on welfare, you need to get a job and pay me back for all the money that I've been ceding to you through my taxes. You good-for-nothing, cretins, dirty poor people. I hate you. Carlson didn't say any of those things, at least not in that specific clip.
But condescending and prejudiced people,
And on an emotional level, sound the same. They both think that they're better than you. If a condescending person thinks they're smarter than you, whereas someone who's prejudiced thinks, wow, that group, yuck, that's disgusting, I'm above it. Each condescending and prejudiced, there's a superiority complex at play. The reason and motivations are different, but the outcome is the same. So the next time you hear someone say something that's prejudice, repeat those words exactly as they were said. Was it really prejudiced, or were they just being condescending? Honestly, it doesn't matter. They're a jerk either way. And it's really sad to see, because
when condescending and prejudiced people see others as problems, it means they're blind to the opportunities kindness, acceptance, and collaboration unlock.
And I'd like to see that more. What do you think? Please leave your comments below. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.